Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to episode number 6 of the Ordinary Talk Show, coming to you live from Q North Caucus. I'm your host, Rupert G. Today, I am so blessed to have a special guest in the chair. I've known this young lady for so many years, and it amazed me to see where she is at now from where she has begun. This young lady can inspire you. So invite a friend, call a family member, tell them, come, the Ordinary Talk Show is on. Sit, watch, listen, learn, and then you can also inspire someone else. Before we get into the show, I just want to give a shout out to my sponsors, Miss Jean Ellis Outen. Thank you, Mrs. Outen, for your contribution to the Ordinary Talk Show. Also to my uncle Arnold Simmons and my aunt Berenice Simmons Hutchison. Thank you guys for contributing to the Ordinary Talk Show so that we are able to educate people, to inspire others, to uplift others, to let everyone know that their story can touch someone. Back to the show. All right, I invite my guest, young lady here from Caicos, Middle Caicos, South Caicos. She's connected to all of those islands. And I am proud to present to you my guest for this evening, Nurse Forbes.
Hi,
Okay.
good evening, social media world. My name is Latarika Forbes, but everybody calls me Zenobia or Novi,
Yeah.
and in my official professional capacity, Nurse Forbes. Um, Thank you, Rupert, for having me today.
It's an honor to have you. It's an honor to have you, and thank you for accepting the invitation to come here. I know you're not a public speaking person or the front, Like I
No.
said, you're always behind the scene doing the work.
Yes.
But your story is so important that I believe that you should come to share
Yes.
so that others out there can be inspired. Your story can go a long way. So I am so grateful that you accept the invitation to sit here in the studio of the Ordinary Talk Show. So
Thank you.
tell us a little about your background of your upbringing, growing up. Tell us about that.
Okay, like you would have said, I am what I call the definition of a Caicos woman.
Hmm.
I was born in South Caicos, um, did some of my formal training, education there
Okay.
at the Irish Dogs Primary and the um, Calvary
Calvary
Christian
Christian School.
School. Yeah, before I moved on to Middle Caicos
Yeah.
with my grandparents.
Hmm.
Yes. And after primary school in Middle Caicos
Hmm.
is where I moved over to North Caicos.
Yes.
And then that was home for me
Yes.
for the entirety of, I think, 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah, 6 years. I would say more than 6 years because I was back and forth. This was home after.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that is basically a little bit. I can't give you a whole lot,
Yes, we know that.
yeah, this time frame, but that's just a snippet.
Hmm.
South Caicos, Middle
Okay.
Caicos,
Mhm.
North Caicos woman.
Great. And Nurse Forbes,
Mhm.
I'm gonna use your official title. Nurse Forbes, I have known your mom,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
When she first came to North Caicos,
Yes,
I was living in London Road, and I think she was with Doreen.
correct.
Yes, Doreen. And she came to Goldie
Mhm.
place. I think she stayed there a while at Goldie place while I was living there.
Mhm.
And that's where I met your sister, Lenita.
Yes, was
Yes,
my
I
older
met her at
sister.
that time, your older sister at that time. I didn't know you as
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
Like you said, you were, I think, middle cake or so?
I was always between my grandparents because I'm my father's only daughter
Okay,
and the
okay,
oldest child.
okay.
So my grandparents took me,
Hmm.
and so I would always be in between.
Okay.
So not much persons know me
Uh-huh.
when I tell them who I am. They're like, "Oh, really?" Yeah. So I was always in between with my father's family.
Okay.
Yes, in Little Cakes, and you know,
Yeah.
what always with my father's family.
Um, when I got to know you when your high school
Yes.
years at the
Yeah.
River Garden High School,
Correct.
and you were living in Q at that time?
I started in Whitby
Whitby.
with my grand aunt, my great grand aunt, and
That Miss
wealthy.
Melty. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So
Forbes there.
correct.
Yes. Yes, you were there. Yep. I'm
So,
trying to remember
so you
all of
see
the
how
steps.
deep this
Yeah.
this cake is
Yes. I'm
through. So
trying to remember the steps of,
yes,
how you get to Q.
yes.
The steps.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I came to Q when my mother relocated back to Turks and Caicos
Uh-huh.
from the Bahamas.
Okay.
She came to
To
Q.
Q.
She called Q
Yes.
home,
Yes.
and that is where I transitioned from Whitby
To
to
Q.
Q.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that was home ever
Yes.
since.
And that is where it all begins, knowing Sonovia or
Yeah,
Novi,
yes.
as we call you, right?
Hmm.
And like I said, your mother,
Hmm.
um, being a single parent,
Hmm.
I can say this.
Hmm.
I've seen that she have worked hard
Hmm.
to make sure her children get the best of life,
Correct.
the best.
Yes.
So tell me
Mhm.
how it was growing up in a single home. How was it?
Well, I wouldn't so much say single
Hmm.
parent because father was very active in
Okay,
our
okay,
lives.
okay,
Yeah. So it was more of a co-parenting.
okay.
But growing up with my mother,
Hmm.
let me tell you, she was a character.
Yes,
She was fun, but she was strict.
yes, yes.
No nonsense.
Hmm.
And I mean, straight to the point. She believed in discipline,
Hmm.
honor, respect,
Yes.
and doing your best. She never was one to compare us with other people and say, oh, this one child is doing this and that. No,
Hmm.
you are Zenobia.
Hmm.
Respect Zenobia.
Hmm.
When you go out there, you know what my house
Hmm.
stands for,
Oh. Hmm.
you know. So, what I can say all in all, growing up in that household,
Hmm.
we learn to be our authentic self,
Thank you.
respecting
That's right.
ourselves,
That's right.
and going out there into the world as me.
That's right.
Yes. And, with that, also remembering the morals, the values, and the
Hmm.
principles that were instilled not only from her household, but also from our grandparents. And one thing she would always say, when you go out there, you don't make me shame because I ain't me. She say, I might feel bad for a little bit, but it's you who
On
can be
you.
shamed.
On you. That's correct. That's correct.
So, and I also tell my children that, for me, yes, I'm going to feel away if you go out there and do something. But at the end of the day, it's your name.
That's true.
So you have to protect
Thank
your
you.
name.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So
Thank you.
that's one of the
So,
most profound things that she would have instilled.
yes.
Hmm.
So overall, you can say that your upbringing, has been inclusive with
Correct.
your mother,
Yes.
your grandmother, your father, your grandfather. Everyone played that important
A
role.
village. That was the
Yes, that
village.
raised you,
Yes,
played an
them.
important role in your
Correct.
life.
Correct.
And I recall your grandparents,
Hmm.
your grandmother, Auntie
Yes.
Forbes. Yes, I remember her and your grandfather,
Marcus.
Marcus,
Mhm.
passed a few years ago.
Yes, yes,
Remember?
yes.
Yes, very strict man.
Oh, yes.
It's true. Speak his mind and,
Oh, yes.
say what you have to say, and, that's it. Yeah. I went to his house a few times for get-ups on his tree and stuff
Hmm.
like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, so,
Yeah,
I,
he actually, showed what I tell persons, tough love,
tough love, yeah.
but he was a loving person.
Hmm.
Um, he would, not much people were able to see that playful side of him
Hmm.
or that soft side, or was able to identify that. but he very much had that for his grandchildren. I think we were his soft spot, you know.
Most grandparents. Most.
We were his soft spot, you know. I always remember my mom telling me um when my grandfather would come to Sulcagus,
Uh-huh.
and especially during regatta time when they do the sailboat racing, mm, he would say, you don't pack my grandchild things
Mhm.
because I leave in this boat and we're gonna catch the flight and we're going back to
She going.
Middlecagus. So, you know, he had a very soft, he was no nonsense.
I know that for a
He was
fact.
no nonsense, you know.
I know that.
He always taught us, you know,
Mhm.
you have to stand on what you believe, no nonsense. So yeah, he was straightforward.
Amen. And what I can say, I believe I can say this, right? Because
Mhm.
your grandmother was a diehard Baptist
Oh yeah.
woman,
Oh, yeah.
Baptist woman,
Oh yeah.
in the church. So I believe your roots for spirituality was strong, and it's still strong
It is. Yes.
because of her faith in God.
Oh yeah.
So I believe she have handed down to her children and grandchildren.
Hmm.
So how was it like your church life with
Oh my
grandparents?
God. So yes, she was definitely a true Baptist.
Yes. Uh-huh.
She was the hat and the suit and the shoes and the
Uh-huh.
woman's band, they used to call it.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
So um church was, I think it was Venice, Sundays. You had to go to church, Sunday school,
Mhm.
Sunday service,
Mhm.
and then you go back to
Yeah.
church
Yeah.
Sunday evening.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then you go again, you go for prayer meeting
Should it be? Mhm.
and woman's band.
Oh, like every night in church you gotta be.
And like I said, well, when I was in the house with my grandparents, my older cousin, Mandy,
Mhm.
she was just going out. So it was only me as the only girl.
Mhm.
So everywhere she go, I had to go. So
Uh-huh.
every time the church door opened,
You
I
gotta
had
be
to
there.
go in the church behind her. So so yes, I grew up in the Baptist church
Mhm.
with my grandmother.
Mhm.
Yes, strong Baptist faith
Yes.
and belief, and that grounded me.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
and built my faith
Mhm.
and trust. And
Yes.
I thank God for that
Mhm.
because that helped to carry me throughout
Amen.
life.
Amen.
Yeah, those principles
Yes.
were, I mean,
And
mhm,
I can say this publicly. I don't know if I told you before, but I always admire your spirit and the way that you handle yourself.
thank you.
You know how you present yourself to the public,
Thank you.
and then the way you handle your actually leave the next part. I wish there yet. But the way you handle yourself in the public, and
Mhm,
um, whenever I spoke to you about church, right?
mhm.
You will never grumble. You will say, yeah, no comment. And then you will come, you will show up. Because I believe you remember,
Yeah,
where you came from. And I know there are times when we want to do more,
yeah,
but because of other obligation and stuff, we can't do more. All
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
But I like your spirit. I admire your spirit.
Thank you.
All right? And person on the outside may be looking and saying, well, I don't have to go to church or why should I have to go to church, stuff like that. But it's not that, it's that you want to honor God.
Yeah.
You want to honor God because He has blessed us. So we
Yes.
want to honor Him, what He has blessed us with.
Hmm.
So I admire you for that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, even though I may not be regular, but
Yes.
I have not forgotten my roots, and
Yes.
I do, you know,
Mhm.
assemble and, go,
Mhm.
and because in my life, God is center,
Yes. Yes.
because I couldn't have done
Anything.
anything without
Mhm.
him. I couldn't have, I mean, overcome the
Mhm.
obstacles that were placed before me
Mhm.
without those principles and precepts.
Mhm.
Everything is God.
God, that's right. He's the center.
And that's it. Even though I might not go to church as regular,
Mhm.
I do. I do make time for
Yes.
God. Yes.
And the secret place,
Yes, they
you
do.
find time for Him.
Yes.
So we give God thanks
Yeah.
for everything.
Yes.
Now, when, at what point in your life did you thought about becoming a nurse?
Yeah. Well, I can always remember my cousin in Middle Caicos, she always used to say, you always say from you as a little girl you wanted to be a nurse.
Hmm.
And I'd be like, how you can remember these things? She's like, yes, I remember when you graduated primary school, you had you wanted to be a nurse on your paper.
Hmm.
And I was like, yeah, well, I shifted so far from nursing. I didn't even think about nursing in high school.
Uh,
You know?
uh-huh.
And I think one of the key reasons for me doing nursing, my great grandmother, she
Mm.
was what you would call a nanny midwife
Okay,
in
okay.
Middle
Little
Caicos.
Cakers, uh-huh.
Yeah, so she delivered a lot of babies, and
Okay,
or me and her was like two peas in a pod.
okay.
Yeah, so we had a very good relationship, and I would sit and talk, and she would share stories. So all of that, I think,
Hmm.
inspired me unconsciously to be a nurse, because when I left high school, I actually went applied to be a dietitian.
Okay.
However, that didn't work out the way
Uh-huh.
I wanted it to. And they were like, do you know there's a course in Grand Turk
Hmm.
at the community college? I think you would be a good nurse. That was one of the teachers, and I was like, nurse? I ain't trying to be no nurse. You know?
Hmm.
And then, I still went ahead and I pursued nursing, and I haven't regretted it since. I haven't regretted
Wow.
it. Yeah. Um, it's demanding, it's challenging, but I
Hmm.
haven't regretted that
Hmm.
decision to go ahead and do nursing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, when you started, you did the clinical nurse at
Yeah,
first.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, after you graduate from the clinical nursing school,
Mhm.
where were you working?
I was at the Grand Turk
Oh, great.
Hospital.
Okay.
Yeah. So I worked in Grand Turk Hospital for a while, actually for the most of about 6 years.
6 years. Okay.
Yeah. I worked in Grand Turk Hospital, and then I transitioned from Grand Turk to Provo.
Okay.
Yeah. And from Provo, I went back to
The
school.
school. Yeah.
Yeah. That took me like 10 years.
I still I can remember when you left to go to school,
Hmm.
and I was saying to myself, she ain't coming back on the Barbados, eh? Like she's not coming. For how long, how long you left? I said, she's not coming back. And you finally you came back, right?
Hmm.
And my next question would be, because I think when you went to Barbados, you had two children before you left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my question will be, how you balance parenting and study at the same time?
Well, I can always remember when I got my acceptance to go to Barbados
Mhm.
to go to college, and I got this scholarship, and everybody was like, so what are you going to do with your children? I was like, what am I going to do with my children?
Mhm.
These are my children.
Mhm.
I'm going to take them with
Which
me.
mhm.
Oh, that's crazy. How are you going to survive nursing school and balance motherhood? I said, I don't know how I'm going to do it,
What you gonna do?
but I'm going to do it. So, I guess they just brushed it off, and
Mhm.
they was like, okay, she ain't really gonna do that. Um, Remind you, the scholarship came in August.
Mhm.
I had to be in school in about 2 weeks
So, right.
afterwards. And I packed up my children and I said, we're going. Mind you, I had to find ticket money,
Mhm.
all these different things. And I was like, you know what? We're going. And my daddy, I always remember, he's like, where are you carrying my grandchildren? And I say, I am carrying them with me.
Mhm.
He's saying, you ever been to this place? I say, I don't mind, but I'm carrying them with me. I say, the beauty
They-
about it is I have a round trip ticket,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think I'm going to use it right away,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm carrying them with me.
Yes.
So it was a big step out on faith
Yes.
for me, to carry my children with me because it meant me having to go register in college
Mm-hmm.
as well as finding them. I didn't know where I was gonna put them for school.
Mm-hmm.
So it's me finding a school, getting them uniforms, books, everything. I mean,
Hartman and all that.
apartment, all these stuff,
Mm-hmm.
getting utilities. And I'm here by myself. I don't know anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was rough, but I prayed,
Mm-hmm.
I cried,
I believe.
and I prayed.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I am going to do this
Yes.
because this is a dream that I always wanted it to do. And the opportunity presented itself
Yes.
for me to go
Mhm.
to school. And I was not going to leave my children because, in all honesty, I would not have focused.
Yes.
I wouldn't have seen myself
Mm-hmm.
getting through that without my children.
Know that you're there and there.
And exactly. So, eventually, with time, and I always be one foot forward at a time, and you take your time.
Mm-hmm.
It all worked out.
That's right. That's right.
I went to school. I completed with honors.
Wow. It's,
No. And to this day, everybody, I guess it's such a shock that
mm-hmm.
I did that.
Mm-hmm.
And in that time, my son also graduated from primary school
Mm-hmm.
and went to high school.
Well,
So I can remember the day that my son sat GSAT, I was in exams.
well,
So the both of us
what about
at
next time
the
you
same time, and I'm in exams praying.
Mm-hmm.
I say, Lord, don't let him be nervous, let him pass this. And I ain't even studying myself, but I had
Sorry
to
about him.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I had to share my focus
Mm-hmm.
on him sitting his GSAT while I'm also in exam.
Mm-hmm.
And I must say, God is good.
Yes, he is. Yes.
And I don't know if and how
Mm-hmm.
people say they don't believe in
I
God,
don't know.
but I've seen his hand at work
Amen.
so,
Yes.
I mean, so often in my life
Mm-hmm.
that I know that it couldn't have been of my own
Mm-hmm.
strength, but God.
God.
He put persons in my way
Mm-hmm.
during that whole experience that, I was able to do clinical hours, go to school, make sure they go to school, make sure they were taken care of. So, in all things, God.
Amen. And the one person what I always talk about you with Ira. You know, he always talk about you and mention you and stuff like that. Because I think he was concerned,
Yes,
and he always give me updates. I think your son is his
that's
godson.
his godson.
So
Yes,
yeah, he will talk about AJ.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, and so like that. So yeah, he was very much concerned and with
Listen,
your schooling and stuff like that.
Ira is my brother from another mother,
Yep.
and I know everybody
Yeah.
knows
Yeah.
that. And, you know, he was one of those that say, Nobi,
Mm-hmm.
go,
Mm-hmm.
you would get it, make your way, and,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, you know what? Taria is over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Get in contact with Taria,
Yep.
So and getting in contact with Taria, she was a godsend.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I built a family over there.
Yes.
So I had a community as well
That's good.
over there that assisted me
Mm-hmm.
with the children. And, like I said, it wasn't me.
Mm-hmm.
And every step of the way, I saw God's hand at
Yeah.
work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they have this saying, God don't come, but he does send. He
Mm-hmm.
really does send,
Same.
and we just have to be
Mm-hmm.
accepting and able to see when
Yes.
he's sending.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That,
So,
that's true. That is so true. That sometimes we call on God, we think He will come down himself,
yes.
but He have angels
Yeah.
dispatched
Mhm.
around the place to help
That's
when we
right.
need it.
That's
And
right.
the sign here says He guides. So,
sure does.
so faith, and you step out by faith and went to another country,
Yeah,
into the unknown.
that's right.
And people like, was it, is she crazy?
Yeah.
She's going to this place with her children. She don't know this place, but she's going. But you had a goal.
Yeah.
You had a goal set,
Mm-hmm.
and that you must reach that goal. And you have accomplished
Yep.
what you have set out to do. And I
Right.
say, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, okay. Were there any moments during your training when you questioned if you could do it or not? Anytime you questioned,
Well, of course. Like I said, I think one of the most difficult moments was when like I said, my son was in grade 6
mhm,
and I'm also in school.
mhm,
So it was such a taunting
mhm,
time for me. I listen prayers because I'm trying to help him study
mhm,
and then I have to study. Then I also moved during that time from where I was living at first and moved to another location that would have been closer to school and would have been better for him,
okay.
you know, to go to high school and stuff like that. So and in those moments, especially Barbados have like a melancholy weather. So one minute the sun is out, and the
Mhm.
next minute it rain and pouring down.
Right.
And I can remember this day. I just was walking in the rain and just crying and saying, "Oh my God, I just feel like I can go home. I had enough. I just want to go home."
Mhm,
And like this little still small voice said, "You got to remember why you started."
mhm,
And I'm walking in the rain and I'm going with this umbrella to meet my son that is waiting for me at a bus stop for us to go home. And
mhm,
I'm like, is it really worth it? And like if that still small voice said, yes, you made it this far
mhm,
and you're going to continue.
mhm.
He never starts what he can't finish.
Thank you.
And that was what motivated me to say, continue.
Mhm.
And I look at them and I said, how would it look to them that I come this far
And we give up.
and I give up? What story would that tell them?
Yeah.
How would they see me as their
They
mother?
feel like they can't make it.
Exactly. When times get difficult to just give up.
Mhm,
And I was like, I cannot and I will not.
mhm,
And that was the last time I actually cried and pout. I think sometimes um, being here in Turks and Caicos,
mhm.
we're very privileged.
Yeah.
So we, at the strike of difficulty, we want to give up. And
Yeah.
I think in those moments help me to build
Mhm,
that capacity that
mhm.
difficulty comes to build you.
Will you? That's right. To the heart, the battle, the city, the
Oh,
victory.
okay.
Mhm,
So I was like, what is the lesson in this?
mhm,
And I just look at life like that from there on out. What is the lesson in this? And I just try to adjust my sails and keep on going.
What you can say is that your children
Mhm.
was your motivation.
They were, they were,
Yeah.
and they are.
Yes. Yes. In that time in school, like you say, you question yourself, what story will I be telling them
Correct,
if I give up?
correct.
So in your mind, you're looking at your children
Hmm.
and you're thinking, I have to do this for them. I have to push because of them.
Correct.
You know, I know children have this innocent look on their face when you look at them. Innocent look. Like even if you want to give up, you're like, oh, I can't give up because you look for their face.
I
Like
know,
push.
I know.
So they were there to push you, push you,
Correct,
push you.
correct.
And while you were talking, the song came to mind. It said, "I just can't give
Yeah,
up now.
no,
I've
no,
come too far from where I started from.
correct.
Nobody told me
This
that the
road
road will be
easy
easy. Can't believe it
yeah,
brought me this far
to
to
leave
leave
me.
me."
Correct.
God has carried you through those 10 years in Barbados.
Well, not 10. It was actually 4.5 years.
4.5 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
four
Oh,
and a
four and a
half
half years.
years. Yes.
Was 5 years
Yeah.
in Barbados. God has
Correct.
carried you through that,
Correct.
and He's awesome.
He is. He is.
We can't do nothing on our own. We will fail.
That's right.
So we depend on God for everything.
Mhm.
And I believe persons out there who watching tonight, young ladies or young men out there, they are encouraged
Yes.
by your story. To know that I can do it too.
Yeah.
I can do it. It doesn't matter when I start,
Mm-hmm.
but I can do it.
That's right.
Once I have that mindset and determination to move, I can. And I'm telling you, you can.
Yeah.
You can get up from where you are now and say, you know what?
You.
I am going to run towards my destiny. I am going forward. I am going to be something productive in my community. And by saying that, and say, up to you. How do you feel now that you are now serving your community?
Well, backtracking a little bit,
Mhm,
when I was a clinical nurse, and working in Provo,
mhm,
they would be like, "Oh, why don't you go back?" And my patients would always encourage me, the local ones
mhm,
especially, "Why don't you go back to school? Go back to school.
mhm,
You have such potential, and
mhm.
when I see you doing your work, you work in that capacity
Yes.
already." So, that was some of my inspiration to also go on,
Mhm.
and I must say, within those 10 years before I went back to school, I would have tried many times.
Okay.
Yes, I would have tried, I would have applied, and because of financial and situations, I wasn't able to get a scholarship, and so applying to schools, being accepted, and then you can't go because
Mhm.
so
Give it
in
some
year 10,
God time.
yes,
Mhm,
year 10, I'm telling you, this is when I was about to give up too.
mhm.
And year 10 is when I actually got the opportunity to go back to school.
That's the time God wanted.
Yes, exactly. Um, with coming back home,
Mhm,
at first I was skeptical. I was,
mhm,
and I'm being honest, because moving from fast-paced Provo
mhm,
and always going, 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 and to come home, and I'm
mhm.
like, what is it that I'm going to do in North Caicos?
Mhm.
I remember when my supervisor first asked me, I was like, hell no. What are you talking about? I was like, I don't mind moving back home, but when I'm ready to retire,
Yeah.
I was like,
Like there's nothing to do, huh?
yeah. So, and this was during the pandemic.
Mhm,
So she came back again. I was thinking about it. Give me some time. So she came back again. She said, you thought about what I asked you? I was like, um, give me a few weeks.
Oh, already they give the answer.
I said, give me a few weeks. So, I consulted with my daddy and my brother, and I was like,
Mhm,
what y'all think? You know, um, and then during that time, we were also trying to see if we could have started repairing our mother's house that
mhm.
was left, So I'm like, should I go or should I stay? It's like, what you got to lose?
Mhm,
And, I say, my spirit telling me go, but,
mhm,
you know, I will make sure
mhm. You did the right thing.
am I doing the right thing.
Mhm,
And, I looked at it, my children, my oldest was about to finish high school.
mhm,
And I was like, I don't want to go before he finished.
yeah,
So let me see him through,
mhm.
and then
Yeah.
I'll make that decision because I don't want to uproot him
Yeah.
again,
Okay.
because transitioning to
Yes.
come back home from Barbados was,
Mhm,
oh my gosh. But that's another story.
mhm,
Yeah. So I made that decision, and when coming back home, it was such a joy. It was such a joy in knowing that the knowledge that I would have gained, the
Mhm.
experience that I
Mhm.
can now implement it
Yes.
and help the persons that I would have known from a child
Mhm.
growing up,
Mhm.
that I could come back and lend them that
Yes.
helping hand. And, that is gratification within
Mhm.
itself
Mhm.
to see that I can help my people.
Yes.
These are my people,
Yes.
you know.
And they love you. Mhm.
And that brought so much joy and satisfaction to me, to see that, and then, bringing on, I can remember coming back and, saying, let's revamping, so to speak,
Mhm.
certain things
Yes.
in the healthcare field
Yes.
and in the community. And, you always get persons that would say, oh, no, I don't think that would work. And I was like, that's my people. I know them.
Mhm.
I say, you just got to know how to get
Yes.
at them.
Yes.
And I must say, this community here
Mhm.
of Q has been such a phenomenal
Mhm.
group of people. And I can remember telling them in one of our NCD meetings and say, you guys are going to be the change in the Turks and Caicos.
And I believe they are.
And they are.
Live here.
They are,
Mhm.
and that brings me so much joy to see that these people rally behind me.
Yes. Yes.
And it is, I mean, I don't have words to even express
Mhm.
how much that means to me,
Mhm.
to see how they support me and
Yes.
they believe in me.
Yes.
And, it's so important for our children to understand about coming back home and serving
Mhm.
their community. It's so important for them. Yes, persons out there, you go out there and you serve.
Mhm.
These are the people that laid the building blocks.
Yes.
You might say, oh, that encouraging word, but sometimes when you're sitting down and you're in that moment,
Mhm.
that encouraging word that you might have given me many years ago might play back in my mind. And to come back and show you that your encouraging word took a step in my foundation,
Yes.
I think that is needed, not only for, to show people gratitude, but also to build that level of, um, what I would say, that level of encouragement
Mhm.
and self-fulfillment
Mhm.
to say that this is
Yes.
the community I came
Yes.
from.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And when I first heard that you were coming to North Caicos, I think I did message you about the house for somebody.
Yes, you did.
Somebody. And you said that you are moving back. You said this was your word. We are doing some work. My brothers and I are doing some work on the house,
Hmm.
and I am planning on coming back here. Yes, and I was so excited,
Hmm.
full of joy to know that one of our very own young, vibrant young nurse is returning back to the community to serve. You might not have been born in Q, but let me tell you, Q people love you and we embrace you, because you have like you have transformed the way the operation of the clinic or medical,
Hmm.
because most time persons are afraid
Hmm.
to go to the clinic, but now I'm seeing person excited to go to the clinic. They're excited. And person goes to the clinic and don't want to leave because of the atmosphere. You see?
Yeah.
The atmosphere. Not I'm not knocking anyone before, nothing
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, no, no,
But
no, no.
times have changed.
Correct, correct.
Times have changed. And you have implement programs,
Yeah. Mhm.
that will attract people
Yeah.
that they want to come.
Sure.
They look forward for that day when they have discussions. They look forward to the different things, the activity you have on during the Valentine's
Yes, and
time.
the
You know,
family
the family
affairs,
affairs. They look forward to the expo and all that kind of stuff,
exercise.
the exercise. So it makes um connect visitation that you're excited the day before.
Yes.
You get your clothes ready long time, to go. And sometimes you meet patients waiting. Moving up.
They are waiting, and then oftentimes if we miss, they're like, nothing today. You're not having anything on Monday, and the culture has shifted,
Yes.
and it is so amazing to see. And not only has it just shifted, we're seeing the actual results in the patients,
Yes. Health.
health,
Mhm.
their overall numbers and
Yes.
stuff like that. We've seen it.
Yes.
So, and that gives me joy
Yes, I believe.
to see that,
Mhm.
these patients were ill.
Yeah.
They might have been going about their day-to-day lives
Mhm.
as if normal,
Yeah.
but when they get there and when I can see they're enthusiastic and they're smiling and, you know, medications have decreased and
Yes.
they're able to live a healthier lifestyle.
Because of the educational part of it, you see.
Correct.
I said, I think in two of your discussion,
Mhm.
you and your staff, doctor and all, talk about
Yeah.
health and what you should eat and what you should not eat. And I remember you talking about, we Turks, we love the pigtail and la 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 la. And you say, to cut down on this, eat healthy,
Yeah.
to live a healthy life.
Yes.
And that is amazing. It's amazing. One of the most exciting um, event I saw people so excited about was the steps that they were doing. And I mean, people was just like, they couldn't keep still. I have a friend that find any reason to move,
That
you know?
that was so I was so intrigued by that whole thing. I would get up in the morning
Hmm.
and I would just sit by my window because I would get up early. I'm an early riser. So and I would get up and I say, let me see who walking by. And they would my street was so busy. My street was so busy. I saw persons walking that I have never seen walking in queue. And I would go stand up at the gate. I was like, good job. You know, and it was such an amazing, it was just an 8 weeks program. And the joy it brought to
Yes.
people,
Fun. Yeah.
apart from the competition, everybody just was willing to
Yes.
come and
Yes.
let me record my
Yes.
steps and see how many steps I did for the week,
Mhm.
and that was such a joy, to see. And that now they're saying, when are we going to start again?
I believe so. I believe so.
Look out because we are always coming up with innovative things, and ways to engage the
Yes.
community
Yes.
because the clinic is just one body. It's just one unit. And realizing that health starts in the community.
Yes.
If you could touch people from their community, you have to touch them from where they are.
Yes.
And if
I
you
like
can
that.
do that, then you can transform.
I like that. And it's
You
it's
know.
it's it's like ministry.
Mhm.
All right. The same way the church have outreach ministry,
Correct.
where the church go out in the community,
Yes.
to interact,
Mhm.
to listen, to talk, to share, to get persons involved.
Yes.
It's the same way you're doing in the medical field.
Yes.
You are launching out.
Yes.
Your foot soldiers are out there.
Beyond the
You are
four
talking to
walls.
people.
Yes.
Yeah, about their health and stuff, like inviting them to the clinic. You're putting out flyers, you're sending out stuff, and it's so amazing. And I must commend the staff at the Q Clinic,
Yes.
the Niblin Butterfield
Yes.
Clinic, for what they are doing, and not only back, but by extension, North Caicos, Middle Caicos.
Yes.
We're all in this together,
Yes,
and we are doing a great job.
listen, I always tell people you don't shoot down nothing until you try,
Mm-hmm.
and when initially when the ideas I am very want to say that I'm innovative in a sense because I would sit down and I would just
Yes.
write a million things out and try to bring them to fruition
Mm.
and see how they work.
It's always in your head.
Yes, yes.
What are we talking about?
So doctor would say, "Oh, Forbes, you always with this little black book," and it's like, "You don't worry about that." Oh,
That's the right black box.
yes. So I would just write down, and one of the things that is good that I have great, I mean, the staff
What's this?
support. You bring something towards them, and we're like, okay, let's see how we can get this done.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't in your work culture, you can't get anything done unless you have that support.
Mm-hmm.
And they have been that support. And then, once I come up with an idea and the doctor was on board and then we bounced it to the other clinics on the island and they were like, yeah, let's see how we can make this work, you know, and to see all those things. And actually it is moving beyond the Twin Islands,
Yeah. Let me
so
say, let me say that you can bring the change.
it's moving beyond the Twin Islands. So, those are some things that I see why I had to walk through the rain.
You love it.
Why I had to, go through all those
Yes,
difficult times
yes.
because I had to come back and
Thank
help my
you.
people.
Thank you. And again, you're doing an excellent job, and I must pause right here to say this. Um, there is, if I can describe you, I'll use one word, compassion.
Yeah.
Compassion. And I realized that from when my father was ill, I believe 2 years ago, but 2 years ago that happened. And when I reached out to you,
Mhm.
and and you said, "Well, come bring him to the clinic and so on like that," and then you will always ask question or follow up. Did Mr. Gibson do this or whatever? You will always want to know that he is progressing.
Yes.
And even with my mother as well, if I send you a text message, say this, whatever you say, come, bring him, stuff like that, and you will serve your patient with care, and that's the most important thing.
Mhm.
Why is it? Why did you call it nursing? Nursing, nurse,
Nurture.
nurse. You know, compassion, love,
Yeah.
and when I see you take your patient and you encourage them, you speak to them as you do your work, and you make them feel comfortable,
Yeah.
and I don't have the words to say it all, but I must commend you
Thank you.
and your staff
Yes.
for the work that you are doing here.
Thank you.
You said earlier when you were asked to come North Caicos, you was like, what I'm going to do, I'm going to relax. But I can tell you what I'm saying, you're relaxing North Caicos. You don't listen to me because it's not even busy. But that's all it is.
Listen to me. I am telling you, I always tell my brother, I said, I thought that I wasn't going to have anything to do in North Caicos. I think I come and create my own work.
Always come to the window.
I think from we get in, people would think that, this is North Caicos, nothing has happened.
Mhm.
That is not true.
Yeah.
North Caicos is very busy and we're doing a lot.
Yes. Most time when you guys are busy, I am busy too.
Exactly.
Because of this. And I'm on call, I'm busy as well.
Yeah.
So things have changed. Growing up when I was young, clinic was closed at 12:30,
Mhm.
and that's it.
Yeah.
But not today, things have changed.
Yeah.
The hours have changed, you know. And I don't know, maybe because, and someone said because the patients love you all,
Mhm.
that's why they always coming. Doesn't it? You know?
I think, once you set the atmosphere, and I believe in setting a healing atmosphere,
Yes.
so to speak,
Mhm.
and a healing atmosphere, you must have a welcoming,
Yes.
peaceful
Hmm.
atmosphere, somewhere where people can relax and be themselves.
Hmm.
I don't want to pressure you. Oh, da, 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 what you come here
No.
for? No.
Mhm.
It's obvious, even if you come there just to sit down and get the AC,
Yes.
we serve a purpose. That was our purpose for the
The
day
nice
for
and
you.
cool.
That was our purpose for you for the day.
Hmm.
You got some AC, you was
Yes.
able to cool off, and then you left
Hmm.
and you socialized for a minute. That's fine, And then, in one of the things in that, persons who would have never come, they would come, and then, that is my opportunity right there to say, "Oh, I haven't seen you here yet.
Hmm.
Just come to me,
Yeah.
run some little checks on you to
Yeah.
make sure that you're okay."
Great.
And that's fine. It starts from there. So, you welcome the community,
Hmm.
and then you'll be able to serve them
Yeah.
better. Because if they're comfortable with
That's
you,
true.
they will be able to open up.
That's true. You don't want your patients come and you just been here yesterday. What you come back
Yeah,
from day for?
exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So if you speak to them in that manner, they will never come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if with a smile, come,
Yes.
the love.
Mm.
And that's what God wants us to do is to share the love,
Exactly. Exactly.
express kindness to one
Mhm.
another. So, Nurse Forbes, I am so grateful to you
Thank you.
that you are here, a young mother,
Mhm.
that you are able to speak to the world, not only to us here in Turks and Caicos, but the world.
Mhm.
Everyone watching, this is Nurse Forbes Zenobia,
Yes.
as we call her. The real name is
Latarika.
Latarika,
Yeah, that's me.
Latarika Forbes. Right here, registered nurse here at Q Clinic,
Yes.
Q Clinics.
Mhm.
And she's my guest here, and I'm so grateful that she accepted the invitation to be here because I believe that she has a story. I believe that she can impact and change lives. Those who are out there viewing, who are listening, I do trust that you are taking in something tonight and realize that you can do all things.
Christ.
That's for us. We are coming down to the end of the show.
Yes.
To the end of the show. And as customary, before we end,
Mhm.
I always want our guests
Mhm.
to leave a word. It's something for our viewers who are watching,
Yeah.
to uplift them, to let them know that you can do it too.
Yes, you can.
So, sh-
Well, to everyone out there, I just want you to know it is possible. Whatever that dream that you might have put down because you have children, or you feel like you're too old, or you feel like time has passed, um, the mere fact that God has put it in you and He constantly bring it up, that is your purpose to fulfill. And then He gives us that reassurance that we can do all things through Christ who give us strength. And obstacles are there for us to learn, for us to see the lessons, to embrace the blessing
Mhm.
even more,
Yes.
you know. So, just want to inspire persons, don't give up. Don't let society tell you that
Hmm.
because you're a single mother, because things might have started rough, or because you come from a particular family, or because you might have not had the CXCs or the education in the beginning, as long as God has given you, you know, strength,
Mhm.
breath, every day allow you to wake up, there is a purpose and a plan
Yes.
for your life. You know, you don't have to be on the next Usain Bolt. Just be authentically
Yes.
you.
Yes.
And that's what I like to leave with them. And
Yes.
just keep God at the center of your life. Be grounded.
Amen. Amen. Wow. You heard it. You heard it all. Keep God at the center of your life. Thank you again for being on the show.
And thank you for having me.
And may you continue to inspire others. Continue to serve with compassion and dignity.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. Before we end the show, just want to do a few advertisements. On tomorrow night, the 20th night, will be a night of praise and worship at the Q Church of God of Prophecy. And also during that time, after the service, the worship, we will distribute some back to school items to the children. So we're inviting you to come tomorrow night at 7 at the Church of God of Prophecy in Q. And also there is a back to school event on the 30th um, at Horse Stable. I believe the time is 12. Um, so children, parents, get ready to go to that. Also on the 6th, IGA, back to school event here in North Caicos on the 6th of September. So there's a lot going on. Get ready, receive what is yours. So from all of us here at the Ordinary Talk Show, I want to say thank you for joining us tonight. Continue to like, to share our page, our show. It will also be on YouTube. You can go over to YouTube, The Ordinary Talk Show on YouTube, and subscribe to our page and like our page and spread the good news. Let them know that The Ordinary Talk Show is on. Once again, God bless you. Until another time.